Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome, good morning I should say, here at the Rockingham Speedway in Rockingham, North Carolina. We are here to qualify for today's race later on at noon Eastern Time, the Cheerwine 200 here from the Rockingham Speedway. This is a racetrack that we all know and love. It's been on the Turkey Hill Truck Series calendar every single season of the Truck Series, I do believe. And guess what? Truck Series is coming back here next year in real life. We're excited to see that. But we're excited for this race. This is always a fun race and a little bit of a wild card race as well. Brian Webb, the defending winner of this event, got it done last year. We'll see what he does. And we'll see what our points leader does at Thomas Troxel. And we got his owner in the booth today, with Echo Evans Ross joining me here for qualifying, and of course later on for the race. So Troxel, of course, the points leader, 9 points on Blaine Keys. What do you expect from him here in this qualifying session?
Well, I think you're going to want to set a fast lap quickly. You're going to want to set the fast lap in the first couple laps, and after that, those tires are going to be shot. You don't want to go too hard on these tires, especially trying to maybe save a set for the race. You want to try and You just want to try and set that fast lap as quick as you can.
And Nathan Stapleton will be the first driver to set a quick lap. 24.536 for Stapleton. It has not been a good season for this team at all. And a lot of it is just simply bad luck. This team, and I think we all expected this team to run a lot better than what they have been, and they ran a lot better last year as well. But still a long ways left to go in this season. They might be a bit too far behind for the championship at this point, considering some of our front runners being those drivers who were up front in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, or in the Wawa Cup Series, I should say, like Ludovic Charette, who got that win last week in Michigan. She's 11th in points now, 49 points behind Thomas Troxel. And she is currently, well, she has yet to clock in a lap yet here in this one. It's Stapleton, Monaco, and Avery Alford right now, the top three. Of course, top three quickest drivers advance from each group, and then we set the top six with single truck runs in the Fast Six. And Alford again to the top of the board. How about that for Avery Alford? Haven't seen much of him at all this season, but a great run for the Stover Motorsports driver. And Eric Monaco again with another solid run here in qualifying, at least up to this point. We'll have to see as these times kind of start to increase here for these guys. They got a couple laps to really get that fast lap in, and then, as Echo said, the tire wear does fall off quite a bit. I'd like to mention Roberto Crown Jr. What a great season it's been for them so far. They come into this race 5th in points. Had a shot at getting the win last week at Michigan. Couldn't quite hold off. Currently 8th quickest right now. And there's your driver, Thomas Troxel, up to 2nd.
Yeah, very solid lap for the 93. See if he can get another one here, although he's got some traffic in front of him here.
And Logan Williams, the driver who is now 35th in points, who has won 2 poles already this season, looking for a 3rd pole. This is a good track to start up front at, because if you can get a good start to the race, you can definitely control a good run here at Rockingham, unlike some of the other racetracks, but you can also lose it if you're not careful, especially with that exit of turn number 2. But Logan Williams really needs a rebound in his season. It has not been good for him at all in this Triad Racing team. And like I just mentioned with Stapleton there, it's just been a miserable season for these guys. 29th and 35th in points. I believe they are last in the owner's standings as well with that. But Logan's got the quickest time here in Group A so far. Then it's Avery Alford in the 27 with a great time. And Thomas Troxel holding on to the last spot. Not a good lap there for Ludovic. She is 9th quickest. That would have her start 17th later on today. And, you know, she had a rough start to the season. She got the win in Michigan. She came in late in the going in that one to steal it away from everybody else. But it's going to be hard to win from 17th here at Rockingham in only a 50-lap race later on.
They're going to have their final couple laps here. Clock's starting to run out. We got they're running about 24 2s, 24 3s. So I imagine they'll probably be able to get about 2 more laps in before the clock runs out.
Of course, the tires have kind of worn out for all these guys, so that's why we haven't seen any movement up front with these drivers so far. Caleb Rose in the 33 right there, 14th quickest. He already called it quits right there. And there's still no change there. Sam Medeiros 5th quickest. That's good enough for 9th. This is the kind of race I can see San Mateo winning, especially if he gets a good inside lane starting position, which he will start inside lane because he's in Group A right here. Stapleton with 6 quickest. That's a good rebound for him, too. That's 11th starting position overall. Surprise with Ladovic there in 9th, but you got Logan Williams and Thomas Troxel. A couple drivers who have qualified fairly well. Well, Logan Williams has qualified well. Troxel really hasn't qualified that well this season, but he has run very well. Best average finishing position, but a 19.83 average starting position. That is the worst of any of the drivers in the top 10 in points, interestingly enough. So he's got a good race car in the race, and that is absolutely what counts, because that is what awards the points. Of course, you get a point for winning the pole, so we'll see if he ends up doing so. He'll be one of the drivers in the Fast 6, the way things are looking right now. And he'll join Avery Alford and Logan Williams in the Fast 6. Take a look there at the rest of the results. Eric Monaco, great run for him, even though he's not going to make the Fast 6 this time around. He still will start 7th. Nicholas San Mateo will start 9th. Nathan Stapleton will start 11th. Jack Haas will start 13th. Bryce Egan will start 15th. Ladovic Charette will start 17th. Roberto Crown Jr. will start 19th. Skep Silver will start 21st. Bruno Diacomo will start 23rd. Jesse Turner will start 25th. Philip Torres will start 27th. Caleb Rose will start 29th. Emily De Benedetti will start 31st. Justin Zidell will start 33rd. And Corey Case will start in the 35th position. Let's go ahead and move on to Group B here from the Rockingham Speedway. And here we go for Group B. We'll see who joins Logan Williams, Avery Alford, and Thomas Troxel. Maybe Leonard Kochmer will join those guys. I know you'd love to see that. And your other drivers had an excellent season. And this is Leonard's first run in a rating series as well. He's got this figured out. Of course, he's with one of the best teams, of course. But what do you think he's going to do here in this second group?
Well, he's been a very good qualifier this season so far. Sometimes it hasn't worked out, but I've seen Kochmar be really good at qualifying, so I think he'll probably be the one who maybe tops the group. I wouldn't, although I'm not laying out my expectations for that, because qualifying isn't the thing that matters at the end of the day. It's where you finish in the race.
Just ask Logan Williams that.
Yeah.
He will absolutely say that to you. Let me see here. Well, Logan Williams has a better average starting. He has a 5-position better average starting position than our points leader, Thomas Troxel. So, yeah, you know, it's where you finish, not where you start. Brian Webb finished very well in this race last year. Won this Cheerwine 200 a year ago. As a matter of fact, it's only one of 2 career wins he has on the channel. It was his first career win last year. And he has been a little bit of the second banana at that team at Webb Racing Enterprises. Hasn't had the best of runs, 22nd in points. His teammate Igor Bretto is 6th in points with a win already. We'll have to see how well he can do. Derek Hamill there with a good run in the 51 machine, in qualifying at least, but this season he has not had a good run overall as he is 28th in points. A little bit ways from his teammate there. These are 2 of those Grand Autosport affiliated drivers who have not had a good season up to this point. Everybody else is top 10, or top 20, excuse me, in the point standings coming into this one, including this guy, Blaine Keys. You can't stop him, can you? Got the win at Bristol back 2 weeks ago, and here he is with the fastest time so far in Group B. However, none of these times we have right now would have made the Fast 3 from Group A, so we'll have to see if any of these drivers end up advancing their time even more. And well, guess what? Blaine Keys just did it, 24.251. Blaine has been lights out in qualifying, 4.5 average starting position for Blaine. And that's no surprise based on what he did in the Wawa Cup Series this year and what he has done so far here in the Truck Series.
Yeah, Keys has had a great year on the channel. Obviously, aside from not winning the Cup Championship, but he's still had a very, very good run. Lots of wins, which, I mean, that's as much as you can ask for, really.
Of course, they could have asked for a clean race at Darlington. He would have won that Wawa Cup Series Championship.
Oh, yeah.
But now he's got a shot at the Truck Series Championship. He is only 9 points behind Troxel coming into this race and looking to qualify. Well, how about Duncan Ward? Duncan Ward's been on a tear as of late. 3 straight top 10s for this team. And then a top 5 last week in Michigan, and Duncan just went to 3rd right there in the 18 machine. And Leonard Kochmer up to 4th. I know you like to see that. Good run for him. Rogel Dorn just tied with Blaine Keys. This has not been a good season for Rogaldorn. Rogel's struggled in the trucks. He's actually 18th in points, which is a significant improvement from what he had last year, but still, we expected a lot more out of Rogel, especially after what he did in the Wall Cup Series this season, getting all those wins on those high-speed racetracks and just dominating. He dominated the Coke 600 and then dominated Nashville. Rogaldorn, currently fastest, actually tied there with Blaine Keys. So that actually means Rogel would go out before Blaine because the tiebreaker is the points. But both of them currently in that top 3 right now, along with Duncan Ward in the 18. That'd be Duncan's second straight Fast 6 if he can get it done here. And he may have just hit the threshold because I think the tires have worn out again. And that top 3 that you see will more likely be the top 3 that goes for the pole along with Logan Williams, Avery Alford, and Thomas Troxel. Great run for Leonard Kochmer there in 4th. Igor Barreto is 5th. You got LJ Semedo there in 6th. Matthew Hubert in 7th. Aaron Abel in 8th, Christian Vargas in 9th, Laura Chung in 10th. Then you got Andrew Williams, who had a great run last week in Michigan, 11th. Derek Hamill's 12th, Zachary Fitzwater, Brian Webb, Matthew Burnett, Joe Rutkowski, Skylar Taylor, and Andrew Miller, who was runner-up in the Cup race here back in whenever that was. Was that March when we had it here, or was it April? It was right around that time. It will be in April next year. We will race here on Easter weekend in the Wall Cup Series for the Cheerwine 400. And Rogaldorn, Blaine Keys will both be in that race, and hey, Duncan Ward's hoping he can get a full-time ride in the Cup Series as well.
Going to take their final laps here.
Rogaldorn. Looks like these guys are pretty safe to make it on to the Fast 6 here. Rogaldorn, Blaine Keys, and Duncan Ward looking to join Logan Williams, Avery Alford, and Thomas Troxel to go for the pole here at Rockingham. Of course, the race later on today at noon Eastern Time. And that'll do it here for Group B from Rockingham in the Truck Series qualifying session. Blaine Keys will actually go out 5th in the Fast 6, and Rogaldorn will go out... No, Blaine Keys is going to go out... No, yeah, that is how it is. It's backwards from how it is. So Blaine Keys will go out 5th. Rogaldorn will go out 3rd in the Fast 6 right there. But then you also have Leonard Kochmer qualifying in the 8th position. Igor Bretta will start 10th. LJ Semedo will start 12th. Matthew Hubert will start 14th. Aaron Abel will start in the 16th position. Christian Vargas in 18th. Laura Shung in 20th. Andrew Williams in 22nd. Derek Hamill in 24th, Zachary Fitzwater in 26th, Brian Webb in 28th, Matthew Burnett in 30th, Joe Rutkowski 32nd, Skylar Taylor 34th, and Andrew Miller will start 36th for the Cheerwine 200 later today. Let's go ahead and get to the Fast 6 here from the Rockingham Speedway to see who wins the pole for the Cheerwine 200.
That's about it for me.
And we've got Duncan Ward in the 18, the first driver out here in the Fast 6. And this is his second straight Fast 6 as well. We'll see if he can find himself to a good time in this 18 machine. Of course, tire wear not going to be a factor here for these single car runs. It's all about hitting your marks on your first lap and getting up to speed. Across the line for Duncan Ward, 151. Going into the corner, a little bit about 170, 157 I should say. Minimizing at 126 right there. Of course, as we have seen most of the season, these times in the Fast 6 are usually a bit slower than what they end up hitting in the group sessions because it takes a while for these guys to really wind up their speed. And Duncan Ward going to be the benchmark here. Across the line for the 18. He's going to go 24.943. So that is significantly slower than some of the fastest times that we ended up seeing. But keep in mind, you have to kind of wind that thing up there in the 18. Let's get to our next driver here. It is going to be Thomas Troxel, your guy, there in the 93. And here's the points leader, your driver, Echo. I just realized this is Thomas's first Fast 6 of the season. And here you are in the booth to watch. I'm sure you're happy about that.
Yeah, I'm happy about it, but to be fair, his bread and butter has been finishing these races out. And while a good starting position here is going to be key for finishing this race well, still got to finish.
And we could see a little bit of attrition later on. Maybe not to the level of what we saw last week in Michigan, hopefully, but Of course, starting up front makes it a lot easier. Oh boy, a lot quicker across the line for Troxel than Duncan Ward was. That 93 is on a rail, and you know, I think you have some bit to do with that right there. It's a fascinating thing about these single-car runs here. We do really get to see the strong trucks, I feel like, come through and run well, and Troxel is easily going to go to the top of the board with this one. Of course, all he had to do was beat a 24.9. He's going to obliterate that one, 24.619 for Thomas Troxel, and he is currently the fastest driver here in the Fast 6 for Cheerwine 200 qualifying. Our third driver in line. I need to slow down and not, like, spill over my words like that. Rogel Dorn, who tied with Blaine Keys in Group B, but Blaine has the tiebreaker, which means that Rogel will go off third here in the Fast 6. Needs to be a 24.619 to win the pole. It's not been the best of seasons for Rogel. However, he is midway through the standings, and you know what? These drivers tend to get a lot better as the season goes along. Only race 7 here in just a couple of hours, and very quick across the line for Rogel. He may actually be faster there than Troxel was. Hit 160 going into the corner. Down the backstretch he goes. Gonna hit 158 as a maximum, and minimizes at 133. It's a very quick apex right there through that corner. They hit that minimum, they get right back in the gas, and Rogel is not gonna be enough to get to Troxel. 24.74 for Rogel, so Troxel still with the fastest time. Well, we got some fast drivers coming up. But next, it is Avery Alford in his first Fast 6 of the season. And here's the number 27 of Avery Alford. First Fast 6 of the season. Really have not seen him at all this year in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. But a good opportunity. His teammates had a lot of good runs with Roach Crown Jr. 5th in points. Avery Alford a little bit further back than that. Let's see what he can do in comparison to Troxel, Rogel and Duncan Ward right here. Will he have the single truck speed to get to any of these guys? That is the big question. I feel like these Stover trucks are pretty solid, so we'll see what he's got right here coming across the line. Definitely a little bit slower right there than Dorn and Troxel, but I think he's going to have some more speed than Duncan Ward did.
He did keep the speed up a little bit in the corner there compared to Rogel Dorn.
Let's see if that ends up comparing. 158 down the backstretch. About the same corner speed as Rogel had, so this might be close to Rogel's time. Across the line for Avery Alford. It's going to go 24.797, just below Rogel Dorn right there for third quickest of 4 here in the Fast 6. We got 2 more drivers left. It's Blaine Keys and Logan Williams. Let's see who wins the pole here at Rockingham. And here is the driver chasing Thomas Troxel in more ways than one in the points. Only 9 points behind coming into this one. And for the pole here at Rockingham, it's Blaine Keys needs to beat a 24.619. And if there's anybody left, well, Logan Williams can do it too. He's already won 2 poles this season, but Blaine Keys can absolutely do it too. He actually won the pole last week at Michigan. Will he go back-to-back for poles here? A 4.5 average starting position, excuse me, for Blaine Keys. Across the line, 154. He's got some speed, but he doesn't quite hit 160 into the corner, but that might actually be good. Doesn't carry too much speed into the corner and lose the corner right there, but I don't think it's going to be enough for Thomas Troxel here.
He seems to be fast. I just can't see. Ooh, that's a good corner. That was
really fast. He was really quick through the corner. Will it be enough? Yes, it will. 24.612 for Blaine Keys. That beats the 619 that was set by Thomas Troxel. It's all up to Logan Williams now to get Blaine Keys off the pole here from Rockingham. Logan Williams, the last driver here in the Fast 6, looking for his 3rd pole of the season. Blaine Keys looking for his 2nd pole in a row. It's going to be one of those 2. Blaine put down a very quick time, very good speed through turns 3 and 4 in comparison to some of the other drivers here in this Fast 6. And Logan Williams, I know he's got the speed in single truck runs. Regardless of the fact he's going to have a good starting position, will he be able to capitalize on it later on today? Here we go for Logan Williams coming across the line. Remember, Blaine did not even hit 160 60 going into turn 1. Neither will Logan Williams, but maybe he'll carry that speed going in the turns 3 and 4.
Pretty fast corner there for the 72.
It's all going to come down to these last 2 corners. Will he hold the speed going through? Ooh, he was close. Not quite as fast as Keys was, but it's going to be tight. He was a bit faster there in 1 and 2. Will it be enough to carry him to the pole? No, it won't.
Not
He
enough.
is third. Third quickest for Logan Williams. Blaine Keys once again wins the pole here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. He gets it done for the Cheerwine 200. Let's debrief, show you guys the starting lineup for the race later on at noon Eastern Time today. All right, and there you have it. Blaine Keys once again starting on the pole. When will it end for Team Velocistar? That is, if you count the poles and the wins for that team, that is 5 in a row. They swept pole and win 2 weeks ago at Bristol, and then they pole won in Michigan. They swapped their drivers in both races, so I guess that means that Ladovic's going to win tomorrow? Or today, I should say. The race is today. Race is today, noon Eastern Time. Regardless of the fact, we're excited for it here, and Blaine Keys will lead him off to the green flag alongside Thomas Trotzel, Logan Williams and Rogel Dorn in row 2, Avery Alford and Duncan Ward in row 3, Eric Monaco and Leonard Kochmer in row 4, Nicholas Amadio, Igor Brito in row 5, Nathan Stapleton, LJ Semedo row 6, Jack Haas and Matthew Hubert in row 7, Bryce Egan and Aaron Abel in row 8, Ladovic Charette and Christian Vargas in row 9, Roberto Crown Jr. and Laura Chung in row 10, Skep Silver and Andrew Williams in row 11, Bruno Diacomo and Derek Hamill in row 12, Jesse Turner and Zachary Fitzwater in row 13, Philip Torres and Brian Webb in row 14, Caleb Rose and Matthew Burnett in row 15, Emily DeBenedetti and Joe Rutkowski in row 16, Justin Zidell, Skylar Taylor, row 17, Corey Case, Andrew Miller in row 18. How do you think this race is going to play out, Echo? We know we're going to have some tire wear. How will that affect the drivers who started up front in this race, and will they be able to hold on to their top positions from their starting position here at Rockingham?
Well, tire is going to be a big factor, obviously. You're going to want to start on an inside lane, so sorry, Troxel and Leonard. You're not going to have a great starting position, but it's okay. It's okay. I think you got to make sure that you take care of your, mechanical stuff, because that might be an issue. You might see mechanical issues play up in this race. Are we going to... Obviously, I mentioned this before, but the tower, I think it'll be a very interesting race. I think it'll come down to the very end.
It'll definitely be fun to see who gets it and who is in contention at the very end. Only 50 laps, about a 30-lap fuel run later on, and it is noon Eastern Time today, right here on AG, the channel. So just a couple hours from now, we will be flying the green flag. Thank you for getting up early for watching qualifying here. 9 a.m. is a bit of an early time for something to go up on this channel. It's just the way the schedule worked out this week. But hey, you know what? We're excited here in just a couple hours for the 50-lap event here from the Rockingham Speedway. Thank you so much for watching once again. On behalf of Echo Evans Ross, we'll see you guys for the Cheerwine 200 in less than 3 hours, and I will see you guys later.